Alright, so the Baltimore Ravens just made one of the biggest defensive moves of the offseason, and this trade might completely reshape the AFC. The Ravens have just acquired Maxx Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders, and in return, the Raiders received 2 first-round picks, one in 2026 and one in 2027. Now, on the surface, this looks like Baltimore is going all in to win right now, but when you really break this trade down, the stats, the roster construction, and the long-term cost, it becomes a much more interesting discussion. Because Maxx Crosby isn't just a good pass rusher, he's been one of the most disruptive defensive players in the entire NFL. So first, let's talk about the player Baltimore just traded for. Maxx Crosby entered the league in 2019 and has quickly become the face of the Raiders defense. Since coming into the NFL, Crosby has produced 69.5 sacks, over 330 tackles, more than 130 tackles for loss, and well over 300 quarterback pressures. But one of the most impressive things about Crosby isn't just the sack numbers, it's the consistency. In the 2023 season alone, Crosby recorded 14.5 sacks, over 90 quarterback pressures, and 23 tackles for loss. Those are elite production numbers for an edge defender. And on top of that, Crosby is known for having one of the highest motors in the league. He plays hard every snap, constantly chasing quarterbacks and disrupting plays. That relentless effort is a huge reason why teams value him so high. So from a talent perspective, Baltimore just added one of the best edge rushers in football. Now let's talk about why this move makes sense for the Ravens. First, it gives them an elite pass rusher. One of the most important things in modern football is being able to pressure the quarterback. And Crosby is a player who can win one-on-one matchups consistently. That alone can completely change how opposing offenses operate. Second, this move fits perfectly with the Baltimore's defensive identity. The Ravens have always built their teams around physical defense and aggressive fronts. Adding Crosby gives them another game-changing defender who can collapse the pocket and force mistakes. And third, this trade shows that Baltimore believes their championship window is open right now. Teams typically don't give up 2 first-round picks unless they believe they're close to winning the Super Bowl. This is a clear win-now move. But there is also real risk here. The biggest one is the cost. 2 first-round picks is a massive price to pay. First-round selections are incredibly valuable because they give teams access to elite young talent on relatively cheap contracts. By giving those picks up, the Ravens are sacrificing future roster flexibility. They're betting that Crosby will have enough big of an impact to justify the long-term cost. There's also the financial side. Star edge rushers command big contracts. That means Baltimore will have to manage their salary cap carefully moving forward. And finally, there's always the risk factor with trades like this. If the Ravens don't make deep playoff runs or compete for championships, losing those 2 first-round picks could end up hurting them long-term. Now let's look at this from the Raiders' perspective. For the Las Vegas Raiders, this trade will likely signal a shift in direction. When teams trade away a franchise defensive player, it often means they're entering some sort of roster reset or a rebuild. Instead of building around Crosby, the Raiders are now getting valuable draft capital. 2 first-round picks gives them major flexibility. They could use those picks to draft the quarterback, most likely to pick Fernando Mendoza. They could rebuild the defense, or they could add multiple foundational players to the draft. Essentially, the Raiders are prioritizing long-term roster building instead of a short-term contention. So what's the verdict of this trade? For Baltimore, this is clearly an aggressive move to win right now. They're adding one of the most disruptive defenders in the NFL and strengthening an already strong defense. If Crosby continues playing at an elite level, this trade could make the Ravens defense one of the most dangerous units in the entire league. But the cost is real. 2 first-round picks is a major investment. And if the Ravens don't turn this into a playoff success, that price could look very expensive down the road. But I want to hear from you guys. Did the Ravens just build a Super Bowl defense? Or did they give up too much to get Maxx Crosby? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy deep NFL breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe to DRDTakes for more football analysis. Thank y'all for watching, and God bless.